Questions?
All right.
Been asking guys about that 2018 game and just the physical gap that there was at that time. What do you remember about that, your action in that game, maybe how far you guys have come since then physically?
Yeah, I think that was the most physically defeated I've ever felt after a football game in my entire career here. They were really big up front. They ran a lot of gap scheme. They came downhill, we were just physically I wasn't personally ready to be in that position yet.
How do you respond to that kind of a realization at that time, knowing that you had a ways to go?
Yeah, it's definitely a piece of humble pie. It's a wake up call. That was my first offseason making the transition from outside linebacker to D line, and just I'd put on a lot of weight, but clearly not enough, wasn't big enough, strong enough. So it was a wake up call for me the next offseason, because really that's when you're going to make that jump again, and just take it on the chin. It's a learning experience, and just to be able to be hungry that next offseason.
And can you describe how far you've come and how far this team has come physically since that day 3 years ago?
Yeah, we had big guys back then. I think scheme-wise, though, just jumping around back and forth, a lot of it was understanding of the scheme. And if I had a better understanding, if I had today's understanding of the scheme and technique, and I was at that level, the size would have been less of an issue, I think. So really, it's a combination. You can't just be huge, and you still got to have great technique. Doesn't matter how big you are.
And you guys have obviously dealt with the setbacks really well to keep going the way you did and play like you did Saturday. Is there a challenge then, even when dealing with when you're kind of up or positive or everyone's patting you on the back? Is that a different sort of challenge?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what the longest strung together win streak we've had here in my tenure is, but it's not very many. And so that's clearly something we're focused on. A year ago, that was a problem for us. Just having the same focus, the same intensity, same everything, same prep going into the next game after a win, super important.
Today, I guess, were you encouraged by today, or what did you see today out there?
Yeah, practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty big mental day Monday. Obviously, guys still banged up and whatnot from the game. Just getting the cleaning stuff up from last game, and then getting the install and stuff in for the next week. But yeah, it was a really solid Monday for us.
You see these young O linemen developing as much as anybody. Could you speak to Nuri and Teddy, sort of how you have seen them grow, and were you surprised that they had their success they did, or not at all?
Yeah, Nuri for sure. He's been fighting. I mean, he's been, I guess, more consistent and level than Teddy, just because Teddy was young and he's still young and he's still learning. And Nuri's got a couple years of just playing experience, right? He started at Colorado State for him, so I think that goes a long ways. And just having that experience, he's as quality of a walk-on as you're going to find for alignment. So that's big for us. And then Teddy has obviously just been growing week by week to the point now where they're comfortable enough with him, and he's comfortable enough with the scheme to get out there and play.
Then Michigan's going to come in here wanting to run the football. Just as a lineman, what's the mindset going in when there's a pretty good Big Ten team that's going to run around you guys?
Yeah, for sure. That's about how it is every Big Ten game. It's what you signed up for. It's why you came here. So, we're ready for that. I think that'll be definitely on the D-line. It's going to be on both sides up front. It's how it is in Big Ten football. So, not much different than any other week.
Have you gotten to look at their O-line yet on film?
Yeah, a little bit. Really big up front. Definitely moving guys. So we're going to have to be really sound in our technique to be playing with them.
Other questions for Ben?
Playing at home at night, I mean, how special was that last week, and what are you expecting now this week for even a bigger game?
Yeah, it's good. We haven't had many of those in my tenure here, and the lead up to the game isn't necessarily fun waiting all day, but it's definitely worth it once you get to the game and the environment. It's obviously different. Anyone can feel that and experience that. It's different than a morning game. It's different than an afternoon game. So just looking forward to it. Looking forward to a big time matchup. That's why we come here to play a ranked opponent like this.
And building off of that,
how much fun was Saturday? It just felt a little bit different. I'm sure you'd probably agree.
Yeah, for sure. You know, just having success both sides of the ball early. That was a key, obviously, to kind of getting off to a hot start, and you know, seeing the offense succeed, seeing your teammates succeed. That's all this work we put in together, everything we go through. You know, that's why we do it, is to have that success, and there's no better feeling than that.
Is this as good as the second level guys, the backers outside and inside have been playing since you've been here or out there?
Outside, inside backers, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Trying to think who we've had at those positions. I think outside for sure. You know, that's been a lot of the same guys, right? Those guys have been playing for a while here now, Caleb and Garrett. So that was something that just needed to be worked on. You know, they were young, you know, and that's tough, and they were kind of thrown into a position early, and they're playing at an elite level right now. And so that's awesome to see. I mean, I think we've had some solid inside backers, you know, over the past couple of years too. So I'm not going to say it's the best we've ever had, but those guys have also were a part of that too. You know, Reimer's been playing for a couple of years. Nick has been playing for a couple of years now. So they're doing a really solid job. Obviously, those two guys leading the Big Ten in tackles, or at least close to it. So they're making our jobs easy up front.
All good. Thank you, Ben.